Chapter 22 of For Heaven's Sake, Little Talks to Little Folks by Rev. Gerald T. Brennan. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Recording by Maria Therese. Chapter 22 Aberdeen Angus. The other day I went for a ride through the country. After riding for an hour, I stopped to see a farmer friend of mine. Well, I had a grand time. The farmer showed me his farm, his garden with all kinds of vegetables, his fruit trees, his field of wheat, his field of hay. Why, there was just about everything growing on that farm. Yes, and there were animals too. Chickens, turkeys, ducks, rabbits, sheep, pigs, horses. It was a grand farm, and my farmer friend was quite proud of everything. After we had our supper, the farmer asked me a question. "Father, how would you like to meet Aberdeen Angus?" "Aberdeen Angus?" I answered in surprise. "Why, who is Aberdeen Angus?" "Oh, Aberdeen Angus is our famous cow," laughed the farmer. "Aberdeen Angus. We call her Abby for short." Well, I didn't want to miss anything. Certainly I wanted to meet Aberdeen Angus. The farmer took me out to the barn. It was almost time for the animals to go to bed. In a stall in the corner of the barn stood Aberdeen Angus, a lovely brown cow with a white nose and a sad face. "This is Abby," said the farmer, "and she's a very good cow. Abby spends most of her time eating grass." Abby shook her head. I think she knew just what the farmer was saying. "Abby will be going to bed very soon," said my farmer friend. "Keep your eye on Abby and see what she does." Well, I kept my eye on Abby. I watched the cow for several minutes. She shook her head, switched her tail, and walked around the stall. Then what do you think Abby did? Abby knelt on her knees. Then she rolled over on her side, put her head on the straw, and went to sleep. Yes, Abby knelt on her knees before she went to sleep. But that isn't all. Do you know what my farmer friend told me? He said that when Abby wakes up in the morning, the first thing she does is to kneel on her knees. Then Abby stands up, shakes her tail, and goes out to eat grass. Just think, Abby kneels down the first thing in the morning and the last thing at night, and Abby is only a cow. Now, why does Aberdeen kneel down the first thing in the morning and the last thing at night? The farmer told me that he thinks that Abby says her prayers. Well, I think so too. I wonder how many of you boys and girls are like Aberdeen? How many of you get down on your knees the first thing in the morning? How many of you get down on your knees before you go to bed at night? If you don't get down on your knees, then shame on you. I'll bet that, if Aberdeen could talk, that's just what she'd say to you. Shame on you. If you will just get down on your knees every day, I know that you will pray. That's the right way to pray, on your knees. Do you know why you don't say your night prayers? Because you don't get down on your knees. You jump into bed, lie on your back, and, before you know it, you fall asleep. Boys and girls, you can't pray on your back. You must pray on your knees. Get down on your knees. Aberdeen Angus. That's a funny name for a cow, isn't it? Well, Aberdeen Angus has taught us something this morning. Aberdeen has taught us to get down on our knees. Say your prayers every morning and every night. Get down on your knees. End of chapter 22.